Mr. Scary Studios.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm 14 right now, and I would like to share my stories here. It was about 4 years ago. I went on for a sleepover at my cousin's house. Since I'm a shy kid, I didn't want to sleep alone in the guest room downstairs. So I asked them to sleep with me. Me and my cousin are the same age, but his little brother was 7 at the time. It was bedtime when we had a lot of energy. So we played with the nightlight. It was a weird light that when it turned red, the whole room turned black. We played stuff like Fortress from pillows and stuffed toys until we got bored. I remember it was around midnight that we lied down looking at the window until a light passes through it. We were creeped, so we went to look what it was. We look out at the window and see a man dressed in black with a flashlight and something else in his arms. We wanted to see what it was, so we opened the window, and I wish we didn't. We opened the window as quiet as we could and saw he was holding a weapon-like gun. That time, my cousin's little brother wakes up and comes to the window. When he sees the man, he started screaming, and I need to tell you we were home alone that night. So the man turns and looks at us. We close and lock the window and go upstairs, grab some toy guns and knives, and go back down. When we look out, the man was running away. We went upstairs looking from the up window and waited for my cousin's parents. And when they arrived, we told them the story, and guess what? They didn't believe us. I don't know what I saw, so creepy flashlight guy, let's not meet. So a little while ago, I was at my house. It was 12 a.m. and I was binge watching on. And I hear a knock at my door. I am really paranoid, so I jumped and stood close to the door. They knock again and ring the bell. I go to look out the window and some guy has his face on my window. He goes and says hello. Hello, young lady. I see you. I was really freaked. He knocks louder and starts to scream at me and tell me if I don't let him in, he will climb in my window and rape my cat. Yeah. I go and grab my phone and call the police, showing him the number on my screen. He runs off into his car and drives away. I stayed with my sister for a week. The guy was arrested for attempted robbery later. Creepy Toyota guy? Let's not meet. I live in New Jersey and Rockaway. I lived in a townhouse and had many streets and neighbors. I am a girl and was 12 at the time. I was walking a foster dog who was a pit bull terrier mix. He was dog and people friendly. His name is Shaka. Many people petted him, but one guy scared me. I was walking Shaka when I found some guy walked up to me, asked if he could pet him. I said yes. This guy looked 30 or 40. I wasn't really sure. He began asking more questions about the dog, breed, age, name, and where I got him. I had and still have anxiety. I told him the shelter and explained we were fostering him. He asked if he could hold the leash. I said no, and the man seemed to get angry. Then he started asking questions about me. How old are you? Where do you live? What's your name? I didn't want to be rude, so I told him my name. I have to go now. I was trying to get away from him. I will take your dog for you. Then you can drop by my house and pick him up later. I said no and made an excuse to leave. Do you want to be my friend? He kept following me. I didn't want to go home so he would know where I live. I told him I didn't need friends. I was getting scared and didn't really know what else to say. I don't have any friends, then Shaka can be my friend. My dog seemed to know what was happening and got nervous. He is getting adopted by someone else. I have to go. I lied. I have a puppy. Would you like to see her? He probably didn't have a puppy. No, I am really busy. I have to go. I was hyperventilating and getting nervous. He tried to grab the leash, but I pulled back. Your dog looks nice. I think I want to adopt him. He lunged towards me. I started running. I must have been in better shape than he was because I lost him and ended up on another street. Then I am more paranoid. So the guy who tried to take my dog, let's not meet again, ever. Summer jobs are supposed to be a mindless way to earn some money. However, one afternoon a 19-year-old junk removal worker got much more than he bargained for. While traveling to a watering hole with his boss in Australian desert, they discovered a large blue shipping container in the middle of nowhere. Once inside, they discovered an entire office, including computers and surveillance equipment. They made an even grislier discovery when checking storage boxes, said the Redditor. It didn't take long for me to realize that this box was full of posters, DVDs, and photos of all hardcore child pornography. One thing that still gets me is that it was all neatly ordered into folders and smaller boxes. These people were organized. Then they fled to find help. When they later returned to the area with police, the storage container was on fire and all of the evidence was gone. So I used to work at a mental health clinic. One morning I was getting ready for work. I went into the living room and I hear this high-pitched yelling. It takes me a few minutes to figure out it's a person. I go to the window and look out. And it's some guy in a hospital gown. He's running around yelling, "Jesus loves you," in the parking lot of my apartment complex. I have the blinds closed, but I'm looking through them. I live on the bottom floor with a screen and porch. I guess the guy saw me looking at him because he comes over to my apartment, opens the screen door, comes onto the porch yelling, "Jesus loves you," then reaches for my actual door. The door where I live has a long pane of glass running down it covered with blinds. Handle as soon as if to open it. It's locked, of course, but through the blinds I can clearly see a hospital bracelet on his arm. I yelled for my husband, and the guy just runs off, still yelling, "Jesus loves you." I live in a household with an abusive single parent. My mother always told me that I'm the reason that my father left and why he won't come back, and that was her reason of beating and torturing me every day. I thought I could out-straighten her one time, but she still had the strength of a goddess and slammed my head into the wall. I would go to school with cuts and bruises all over my face, and when the school asked her about them, she would give tales about a history of clumsiness that I didn't have. But it didn't matter. At the end of the day, they would always believe her. Every day I would pray that my father would come and rescue me from this hell. But with all the blows to the head, I barely even remember a father to pray for. Until one day a man in a dark hoodie came through my window and told me, "I give you one wish, that is all." My eyes lit up like fireworks, and then I gave him an answer. "I wish to have my father," I said. "Your wish has been granted," he said, and then vanished. I smiled and waited till the next day. I awoke ready for my father to come to my rescue. My mother opened the door and sat at the edge of the bed with a photo in her hand. It was a picture of a woman holding a little boy. "Who is she?" I asked. A short pause and then an answer. "She died giving birth to you. She told me to be a good father to you. What a boy needs his mother." "Okay, now it's your turn," Chloe chirped loudly. "Shh, you're going to wake up your mom," said Chrissy. "Oops, sorry." Hee hee. So truth or dare? Truth. Chrissy seemed to be hesitating, but Chloe couldn't have it. "Why truth? That's boring. You never pick dare, chicken." "But chicken. Chloe crossed her arms and turned away. "Fine, dare then. What do you want me to do?" "I want you to go to Mother's room. Flicker the lights and slam the bedroom door shut." Chloe pointed towards the door in the hallway. Right next to Chloe's bedroom, facing the stairs, just to scare my mother because she forbade us to talk so late at night. "Are you sure?" asked Christy. "Won't I get caught? Maybe she'll find out we've been all up this time. Maybe she'll get mad, and maybe I won't be able to come over anymore." "Why, of course not, silly. She'll probably blame me anyways. Now go for it, go." Chrissy went into the hallway, and as Chloe said, she flickered the lights, closed the bedroom door with a loud slam, enjoying the sound of her mother's loud gasp, and returned to Chloe's bedroom, closing the door behind her. They giggled together about what Chrissy just did. The giggling stopped when Chloe's mother had found her way to the hallway, stomping towards Chloe's room frustrated. Chloe quickly gathered the Ouija board, candles, books, and other knickknacks, threw it in the corner, jumped in her bed, and pretended to be asleep. Her mother opened the door, about to say something, but didn't. She sighed, stood there for a second, then closed the door again. She retreated to her bedroom, went back to sleep, keeping the lights on and the door closed this time. After a few minutes, Chloe crawled out of the bed quietly, grabbed the Ouija board, and searched the ground for the playing chart. She then sat down in the middle of the room again, lighting 4 candles and spelling out the words. That was a close call on the Ouija board. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.